Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and we're back at it with another review reaction. And this is for The Matrix 4 Resurrection. This is the first watch reaction. How do I want to start this? As a fan of The Matrix, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Let me see how I could explain my first reaction. I literally just finished it. The credits just finished rolling, and I was just like, let me go ahead and get this out and just, get out what I thought about it. I do want to do an actual breakdown, more thought out and everything like that, but with the first reaction, I'll start off with what I did like. I like that there was some callbacks to a lot of the original, and I understood that this was all about him, Neo, recognizing who he is to get out of the Matrix. I like the action. I like that they kept Morpheus but actually in this new way. Personally, I think that the actor who played him was super dope. I definitely hope to see him in some more stuff. I like Bugs' character within it. She was really dope throughout the whole way. I could definitely say that it didn't feel like a 2-hour movie. And that might get to some of the things that I didn't like. I actually kind of like the fact that there was this thing between Neo and Trinity, that them being put together caused some like straight up shake up in the Matrix. I did like that concept. I like the okay, alright, let's really okay, now that it hit me, I was just all like, okay, I really like the relationship between the Sentinels and the humans, like them working together. I thought that was really cool. That little sentient being that worked with Seek, he's cool. I like that little robot. I thought that was a really cool concept, and honestly, when I think about stories in the future and things like that, I thought that was really cool. I also like the fact that they were working together and making real fruits and things like that. That was so fascinating, Also, I love the concept that programs were able to exist in the real world by this new thing that was created. Again, I just saw it, so forgive me if I don't know everything as far as what it's supposed to be. When I do the actual breakdown, then I'll have everything set up. But I honestly like the new Smith. I love the old Smith. No one's gonna be able to replace classic Smith, but I actually enjoyed this Smith. I also enjoyed the fact that Agent Smith kind of knew that, at least for right now, that both Neo and him exist like together. Basically, it was like the way that he conceptualized it in his head, in his mind, when it came to it, was pretty much it was light and darkness, and they needed each other basically. Mixed feelings as far as his overall helping of Neo and the whole that whole situation at the end, but that did it actually added more to it. Personally, I didn't know what to expect, because there was a lot of things that I was looking at, theories and Matrix Explained and everything like that. I did like Neil Patrick Harris's character, the analyst, which I would just say, in the most respectful way, very fitting. But all jokes aside, his character was very entertaining, and I thought that was very cool. I really liked the idea that there was this there was this combination of the old and new, and they were having those conversations. It's almost like the old school versus new school of real life, and there was several things, especially in this day and age where we're more, in tune with our electronics. And I think that concept overall, as far as like, it's not like the technology versus humans, and all of these movies that, depict as far as the rise of AI and everything like that. It's like, does it have to be this dystopian world like what the Matrix created for us to get to that, or can we prevent something like that happening by not being controlled by our devices or relying so heavily on them? The irony is, recording all of this stuff, but to use it in combination, but to also have the human experiences. Some of the things that I would say that I didn't like, again, this is just all first review, so I'm just, a lot of the stuff I'm literally processing it as I'm thinking of this stuff, but I just wanted to give my first reaction. A couple of things that I didn't like, and this is a callback to what I was saying before. It's almost like a good and a bad thing. I didn't realize 2 hours had went by, and then at the end of it, I was really left very incomplete, if that makes sense. I don't think the stuff was meant to be, I know it was meant to think, but I was kind of left with, I at the very end when they busted into the analysis and everything like that, I didn't know that was going to be the end. I thought that there was going to, I didn't check the time of the movie, because I was just like, just really just seeing everything that I can, with it. And at the end, I was kind of like, that's it? Because it all felt like it all felt like the beginning. The first Matrix, there was a lot that went on, but at the end, it felt complete. It felt so complete, in my personal opinion, that it didn't need the other two movies. But I'm glad, to expand on things, but just as a standalone movie. With this, I heard about like the story behind them wanting to bring it back. I thought that it was funny, like they're bringing like Warner Brothers in and them wanting, like the way that they put that in there. I thought that was hilarious, and I think that was a slight dig, but it just didn't feel complete. After this long, I did like, that they had Jada in there, and I understood her stance in some cases, but in others, I was just like, as I was saying with the whole, why they kind of did this movie, I think that there just seemed to not be any real repercussions. It almost felt like this movie itself was so far fiction that, I mean, there were definitely philosophical aspects of it, but the way that they did death in this movie, and if you notice, in this movie there was no deaths, none. Not saying that that's what I live to see movies for or anything like that, but personally, there weren't very much high stakes on what was going on. It made it feel that way, but personally, I thought that the ending was like the middle of the movie. You know, there was definitely, I liked some of the fight sequences and everything like that. I don't know what they're trying to get at with making Trinity this way. Not that I have a problem with it, But are they trying to say that both Trinity and Neo are the one, or Trinity's the actual one, or it's very interesting to think about, you know. So all in all, it is worth seeing. I would definitely say that if you're a fan of any of the Matrixes, I would definitely suggest seeing it. Me personally, I definitely want to see it a few more times. I want to do a comprehensive breakdown of it. But for right now, those are just my first thoughts on the film. Again, you know, I just finished watching it, so let me know what y'all thought of the film and if you agreed or disagree with some of the stances that I had. Anyways, this is Mr. Composition, MC that writes fiction. Make sure to check out all my goodies in the description. I have a cannabis manga style comic book called The Most Random Manga Ever, and a psychological thriller fiction book called Ideas of Illusion. I also have CBD pre-rolls called The Composition. They're made with 2 or more CBD flowers. So if you're a streamer or you're someone that works from home and you're having problems like in your lower back or your wrist or any chronic pain, or if you're having trouble sleeping, that's perfect as far as for that. And it's non-psychoactive, you know, no THC in it, so definitely take a look at that. And my music, my most recent single, Invincible Summer, is out. So again, if you like this, make sure to hit the like, make sure to hit that subscribe button with notification bells on. Anyways, guys, have a nice holiday. Peace.
The darkness, turn the galaxy into my office. Translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, build your resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the solo, it's a boss.